You have woken up and been unable to move, not groggy, not half asleep, completely conscious, completely paralyzed, and something was in the room with you. You could not see it clearly, but you knew exactly where it was, and it knew you were awake. If that has never happened to you, it has happened to someone you know. 1 in 5 people experience sleep paralysis at least once in their lifetime, and I bet you are closer to it than you think, because the part that makes it truly disturbing has nothing to do with the paralysis. It is what your brain builds while you cannot move. Here is what is actually happening. Sleep paralysis occurs in the boundary between deep sleep and waking. During deep sleep, your brain paralyzes your body deliberately every night, so you do not act out your dreams. It is a protective mechanism that has existed for as long as humans have slept. But sometimes the transition goes wrong. Your conscious mind wakes up. Your body does not. You are aware, alert, and thinking clearly, and completely unable to move a single muscle. This lasts anywhere from a few seconds to several minutes, and during that time, your brain does something that changes everything. It does not go quiet. It stays in dream mode, which means it is still generating the hallucinatory content of dreams. But now you are awake to experience it. Your eyes are open, and what your brain generates gets projected onto the real environment around you. This is why people across every culture, every century, every continent report the same experience. A presence in the room, a weight on the chest, a figure standing in the corner or at the foot of the bed. It is not a ghost. It is not a demon. It is your brain's dream system, running at full power while your eyes are open, and it uses your deepest fears as source material. There is something researchers discovered that most people never hear about. The figure is almost never random. Across thousands of documented cases, the entity follows a pattern. It stands rather than floats. It stays at the edges of the room rather than the center. It watches rather than acts, and it is always perceived as malevolent. Never neutral, never benign, always a threat. This is not coincidence. This is your threat detection system operating in overdrive. During sleep paralysis, the amygdala, the part of your brain that processes danger, becomes hyperactive. It is scanning for threats while you cannot move, and when it cannot find one in the environment, it creates one. Because to your brain, a visible threat is less dangerous than an unknown one. It would rather show you something terrifying than leave you with nothing to process. That presence you felt, that weight on your chest, that figure in the corner. Your brain built it specifically for you, from your own fears, using your own mind as the raw material. 8% of people experience sleep paralysis repeatedly throughout their lives, not as a single event, but as a pattern. And I bet if you have felt it even once, you have never looked at a dark corner the same way again. Now you know what was actually there. Your own brain staring back at you. It was never there, but it was completely real. In the next video, we go somewhere your brain does something quieter, but in some ways, stranger. You walk through a doorway, and whatever you were thinking is completely gone, as if it never existed. Scientists have known why this happens for over a decade, and it cannot be prevented.